Cardiff Blues arrived at the RDS looking for their first win against champions Leinster in 15 attempts. Leinster haven't had happy times away from home so far this season, with losses to Glasgow and Connacht, but they went ahead first here, Ian Madigan putting over 2 penalties to give them a 6-0 lead. That was cancelled out though by Blues fly half Rhys Patchell, and at 6-all after 35 minutes, not much separated the two teams. A nasty sight 5 minutes before the break as David Hewitt and Madigan clashed heads in midfield. Hewitt ended up having to be taken off the field. Just before half-time, Leinster got a breakthrough. Flanker Rhys Ruddock picking a perfect line through the Blues' defence and swatting away the attention of Lewis Jones before powering over in the corner. Ruddock, son of former Leinster coach Mike, showing his strength to help the home side to a 13-9 half-time lead. 6 minutes after the restart, Connacht took a gamble by rushing up in defence. Some quick hands from Leinster set Madigan free, who handed on to substitute Mick McGrath. He still had plenty to do, but after going to ground he refused to be stopped and went over for a score. Madigan's conversion helped Leinster to a 20-9 lead. And the champions didn't stop there. Some lovely footwork by Jimmy Gopperth at 10 opened things up for Gordon Darcy to slip his way over the line under the posts. Another conversion from Madigan, and the Blues looked shell-shocked at 27-9 down. But with a bit of luck, the Blues got back in the game. A fairly routine-looking kick in behind the Leinster defence turned into a nightmare for Madigan, who simply couldn't collect the ball safely. His fumble seized upon by Corey Allen. Madigan was to end up with 13 points on the night, but this one will stick in the memory. And then suddenly the Blues started to believe the comeback was possible. Despite hints of a forward pass, play continued and Dan Fish sent Sam Warburton in for a try. The Wales captain and his team were now just 4 points behind with 15 minutes still on the clock. Madigan knocked over another penalty, but at 30-23 to Leinster, the game was still up for grabs. In the very last minutes, momentum swung between the teams in quick succession. Firstly, Leinster were turned over and it looked like Cardiff might be able to use their numbers out wide. But a big hit in midfield from Devon Toner saw Leinster get their hands back on the ball. And with some tired legs in the Blues' defence, substitute Luke McGrath got the fourth and final try to ensure a bonus point 37-23 win.
Let's tell you about the rugby that's coming up this weekend. Lots from the Southern Hemisphere, but we start with the big one on Saturday at the Aviva as Leinster, the defending champions in the PRO12, take on Munster from 6 o'clock on Sky Sports 2. Sharp start on Friday morning from New Zealand as the ITM Cup continues with Northland against North Harbour from 7:30 on 4. That's followed by the Currie Cup game in the evening. 6:10 on the red button on 3 for the Sharks against the Lions. And from 7:30 it's off to the top 14 as defending champions Toulon travel to Oyonnax. Saturday morning, Canterbury Tasman from 7:30 on 2. And in the Currie Cup game in the afternoon, 1 o'clock, red button on 2. It's the Free State Cheetahs against Western Province. Also on Saturday from 1:30 in the top 14, the lunchtime kickoff is Bordeaux Begler against Clermont on 2. That's followed by the Rugby Championship match between the Box and the All Blacks from 3:45. In the evening, it's off to Argentina as they welcome the Wallabies from 11:30 on 3. And on Sunday, from the Green King IPA Championship, London Scottish will look to get back to winning ways as they take on Plymouth Albion. That's from 3 on 2.